Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week I am 36 weeks pregnant and we're gonna talk about what's in my hospital bag. If you like my content, if you like pregnancy update videos, if you eventually will be excited to see a baby update video, if you want to follow along with us on the journey to meet our sweet little one, then I would encourage you to click subscribe below and click the bell so that you'll get a notification every time I post a video. Today is Monday, April 5th, 2021, and I am 36 weeks pregnant. I can't believe that this is my last month, give or take a few days, of being pregnant. It's just mind-blowing. At the beginning, I thought it was forever to get to 20 weeks, and then once I got to 20 weeks, I thought, oh my gosh, this is only half of the time. I have to do this all over again, 20 more weeks. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, we only have a month left. How did the time go so quickly? This week, baby is the size of a papaya, a bundle of kale, a Cabbage Patch doll, or a chihuahua. Baby is measuring around 19 inches long this week, and according to last week's ultrasound, baby is a little over 5 pounds, so measuring a little bit small, but not too small. So at our anatomy scans in December and January, we were told that baby was in the 16th percentile, and they have now been bumped up to the 25th percentile. So still a little tiny, but nothing to worry about, nothing to be concerned. They're just a little petite. As the person who has to give birth to them, I'm okay with that. As we talked about a little bit last week, almost all of their bodily functions are fully developed. So their kidneys are working, their liver is working, and their lungs are fully developed as well. One thing that's not fully developed just yet is their digestive system. That's something that baby starts working on as soon as they arrive and they start to nurse. Baby is having the hiccups almost every single day, and they are practicing their breathing, and we saw that this week in the ultrasound. As far as how I'm feeling, baby is starting to move down, and I kind of have always felt that they were kind of low, but now I can literally breathe a little easier because they are moving down and they're not completely crowding my lungs. However, things are getting cramped in there, and for the first time this week, I felt some kicks and some movement up around my ribs. Also, I am feeling a lot of pressure on my bladder and on my pelvis. I feel like I constantly have a full bladder. I feel like I have to pee literally all the time. I pee, I stand up, I feel like I could sit back down and go pee again. Sorry that we're talking so much about pee in every video, but that is what is going on right now. I feel like I have to pee all the time. So if you're going through that, we are in it together. I'm also having a little bit of a harder time sleeping, and that's okay. I think it's just my body preparing me for when baby arrives, how I will be having to run on less sleep. But man, it is really nice to still be able to sleep in just a little bit when I can, and I'm taking full advantage of that because I know my days are numbered. And I'm still feeling Braxton Hicks pretty consistently, and by feeling it, I mean when I touch my belly, I can feel that my belly is hard. I do not have any physical pain or feel it physically in any way. I literally will go to bend down and my body won't let me bend down, so I'll feel my stomach and say, oh, I think I'm having a Braxton Hicks, and my belly's really tight, so that must be why I can't bend over. But otherwise, I have no way of knowing that that's what's going on. There's our 36-week update. This is the first week of my 9th month of pregnancy, and we have 4 weeks left until our guest date. Oh my gosh. So this week, we're gonna dive into what we have packed in our hospital bag. Now, I want to put a few disclaimers in here. I know that if you have already had a baby, you will probably laugh at how much we are packing, and I'm fine with that. But remember your first time. You probably overpacked too. I would rather get there and have plenty of stuff that I don't use than to get there and think, oh my gosh, I wish I had this. Oh my gosh, I wish I had that. I don't know how my body's gonna respond to labor. I don't know how my body is going to respond to postpartum. So because of that, I wanna be overly prepared rather than not pack enough. Also, due to the pandemic, due to COVID, you know, we won't be able to come and go as we please. So I also don't have the ability to just like send Brian home really quick to grab another pair of pajamas or my slippers or something like that. Also, we live 30-40 minutes from the hospital. So because of those reasons, we want to make sure we have everything with us. And I know it will seem like a lot, especially if you've already had a baby, but again, I just want to be more prepared rather than getting there and wishing I had something that I left at home. Okay, let's start with my bag. The actual bag that I'm going to be using is this bag from a company called Texas Tushies, which is a cloth diaper company who expanded to start making bags as well. As far as a diaper bag is concerned, this is amazing. Obviously, I'm not using it as a diaper bag quite yet, but just in packing it for the hospital, I'm already so thrilled with the quality and the size and the pockets that this bag has. This was a gift from my Mimi, and I can't say enough good things about this bag, honestly. So the first awesome thing, Brian said, oh, it's built like a camera bag, which I didn't know that camera bags had this, but on the back, where the straps are, there is a pocket. And if you're anything like me, every time you pack stuff, you put some stuff on the bottom that you think you're not gonna need, and then you get where you're going, you're like,
crap, I need that stuff that I put on the bottom of my backpack.
well, this has a pouch that unzips so you can access all of that stuff in the bottom of your backpack, and I find that to be completely genius. I also love that you can carry it as a backpack or with the handles on top. Up front, there are insulated pouches for bottles, which we might not be using as much due to the fact that I'm planning to breastfeed, but it would be great to insulate bottles. It would be great to insulate like my water bottle, or as they get older, maybe like a juice bottle or something like that. I just love that it has insulated pockets, and so many pockets. Inside of this, there's 2 or 3 pockets. On each side, there are 2 expandable pockets, and this side has a slit so that if you have headphones or something, or a cord. Then let's talk about how it opens. It opens on top so wide, super, super wide, and I'm super excited. Super. I'm very excited to get to use this as a diaper bag, but honestly, super excited to have it now to take to the hospital with me, because I just think it is such a good quality, well-made bag. So what's in it? We're going to start with oils, the oils that I am packing for labor and postpartum. In one of our other bags, I have this little travel diffuser that I'm bringing. I bought this for my desk at work. Well, I ended up not working at my desk at work for quite a while because of COVID and working from home. So this is going to be the perfect small travel diffuser to toss in my bag and take to the hospital. And because it was only like 20 bucks, if something were to happen to it, not that it will, but if something were to happen to it, it wouldn't really be the end of the world. Not all hospitals allow you to bring a diffuser and oils to diffuse, but my hospital does, so that's definitely something you want to check with beforehand so that you don't lug it to the hospital and then you're not even allowed to use it. Some of the oils that I'm bringing with the plan to diffuse are Joy, Stress Away, and Orange. And I'm bringing these to diffuse to uplift, to promote positive emotions, and you know, kind of those are all 3 happy smells for me, and happy smells from happy oils hopefully will uplift the room and help me feel happy. I'm not thinking that will be a problem when I'm holding my new little baby. Who knows, you know, hormones are all over the place after birth, but I just think it'll be nice, energizing, happy smells to keep a positive vibe in the room. I'm also packing one of my favorite oils and my favorite smells, geranium. This is helpful in balancing emotions and is also really uplifting like some of the other oils that I mentioned. I'm also bringing several other oils, including clary sage, lavender, frankincense. I'm bringing these nifty little lavender, they're like a nose ring, and you clip them to your nose so that you can have constant inhalation of the scent of lavender, which is really calming and happy for me. It's a scent that calms me but also makes me feel really good. If you know anything about Brian and I, our wedding was essentially lavender themed. We had lavender everywhere, and so that's not only a smell that promotes happiness for me but also love and just a good atmosphere in the room. Also bringing a really great blend, Valor. This is to diffuse or to apply topically. It is great for lower back issues. in case I have any back labor. Sometimes people refer to it as like a chiropractor in a bottle. That's gonna be a good one to have with me. And it also can promote feelings of courage, and I feel like I will need that a lot as well. I also have Peace and Calming with a roll on top, another bottle of Stress Away but with a roll on top, and peppermint. This is great for nausea, and in case I get nauseous, that'll be a good thing to have nearby. I'm also packing Tummy Jies. This is actually a kid's oil, but it smells better than Di-Jies. But they're basically oils for the digestive system, so for upset tummy and things like that. Kind of like Pepto-Bismol. Energy, in case labor goes really long and I need more energy. Also packing some emotion oils. Not everybody likes oils, not everybody buys into oils, and that's totally fine, but I find oils can be incredibly helpful to my emotional regulation and to my emotional state. So 3 of the emotion oils that I'm bringing are Sarah, Surrender, and Grounding. So Grounding and Surrender kind of do exactly what they say, like what you would think based on their name. And Sarah is an oil that is just really good for emotional regulation. It helps me feel safe. Honestly, it helps me feel calm. I'm bringing this along because it has been a really big heavy hitter in my life when it comes to emotions, and I think it'll be really helpful in the middle of labor. Now, those are the oils that I'm bringing. I did make some blends for myself, and I'm gonna link the Etsy shop that I got these rollers from because I think they're really pretty and they're really affordably priced. The first roller I made is a sleep roller, and it's just in this little bamboo roller, and it is equal parts lavender and frankincense, and then topped off with fractionated coconut oil. That'll be great for hopefully getting some sleep, maybe in between contractions, or once baby's here, being able to sleep a little bit that night. This roller blend is clary sage and lavender, and I will only be using this in labor because clary sage can actually be really powerful as far as hormones and things like that go. It's one of those oils that pregnant people are told to kind of stay away from until they are actually ready to go into labor. So haven't done much with clary sage yet, but hopefully this combo of lavender and clary sage topped off with coconut oil will be helpful for regulating my contractions and my waves and helping them to come in at a regular pace. And then finally, this roller is for relief and like pain relief and exhaustion relief and for circulation. So this is a blend of geranium and lavender, which is 2 of my favorite smells. So I think it'll also be really calming and helpful in that regard because they're just 2 smells I really love. And this roller bottle came with lavender buds in it, which I think is really neat. I love this one. And this I can use at any point, really. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I'm so excited to have this packed away. So that's it for all of my oils. I don't think any other section of this will go that long, so thanks for hanging in there with me. So at this point in Alaska, our sunlight hours are different, and that's only going to get more so the case as we move closer and closer to the summer and closer to May. So I anticipate that in May, it will be bright outside, even when it's time for us to sleep a little at night, be that before baby comes or after baby's already here. And I'm sure that the hospital will have blackout curtains, but one thing I packed just in case is an eye mask. There is a chance that the hospital room could be a little more bright. I have 2 tank tops that are nursing tank tops. This white one is just a solid white one from Motherhood Maternity. And this one I think is from Old Navy. Yeah, this one's from Old Navy. So just have these packed because they'll be quick and easy to toss on, and they have the little clip for breastfeeding. I also have packed a pair of athletic shorts, and then this is probably my second favorite pair that I own. My favorite pair I'm keeping in the closet so that when I'm here at the house in labor, I can wear those. I also am packing a nursing bra, which has the clips that come down, and then a few of these little bralettes that will also be easy to nurse in, but they're not made for nursing because first of all, they're so comfortable. I love these little bralettes. And so I'm packing those so that I can be comfortable and I can also have easy access to nursing. And I have a lot because I packed 1 nursing bra and 3 bralettes. And that's because I don't know, I don't know the situation. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. We think we're only gonna stay at the hospital for 2 nights. And so that probably seems like a lot to bring 4, but I also don't know how my milk is going to come in. I don't know how strong or how quickly everything is gonna progress as far as breastfeeding is concerned. So I just wanted to, again, I would rather have more than not have enough. I've also packed a few of these. These are like $2 at Old Navy, maybe cheaper than that at other places, but I have packed 2 pairs of these little they're like little low socks, and they have rubber dots on the bottom so that they're slip proof. So I have packed 2 pairs of these, and then a pair of these that are taller, just in case. These aren't super warm because they don't cover a ton, but I love these little slipper socks that have the knobs, that have the little no slip grip dots on the bottom. But I love these because they keep my feet super warm. So in case my feet get cold, I brought these to keep them warm, and these just while I'm like walking around the hospital or walking around the hospital room. And because they're $2, I can bring them home and wash them, or I can not feel super guilty if I don't want to bring the hospital cooties home with us and not end up washing these and just toss them out as we leave. Of course, in some ways we'll bring the hospital cooties home with us, but the floor is kind of a different thing altogether. So the next thing I'm going to show you, I'm actually super excited about. Again, if you're not a first-time mom, you may think this is totally stupid, and that's fine. You can think that all you want, because I am excited about it. This is my labor gown that I purchased from an Etsy shop called Lifted Labor, and it's so pretty. First of all, it was the most reasonably priced, and it didn't look like a grandma like a grandma hospital gown. And it came with a little hat and swaddle for the baby to match me, which was way cute, and I couldn't resist that either. So for the price and for all that it does, I think it is so incredibly worth it. She's just one woman running this company on her own in addition to her full-time job. So she only has certain releases. So I actually had to buy this in like January or February, and it just came in last month, but she only ships in like quarters. So you'll have to keep an eye on her page. I'll try to link it below, but it is Lifted Labor Co. on Etsy. There is so much I like about this labor gown, and I think it would be helpful for every birthing person, no matter what kind of birth they were planning on having or ended up having. Here's the front, and it opens for nursing, which I think is great. But it also opens, there are snaps all right here, so you can pull it down for monitoring or for nursing. But then there is, and it overlaps, so I don't think it would be like immodest if that's something you're concerned about during your birth. But it also has an opening in the front. I'll try to get some pictures from her site because I'm not showing this off very well. But it also opens in the front, in the belly, for like intermittent monitoring, or if you needed to have monitors on the entire time. Personally, I'm not planning on having an epidural, but it does have a slit that's kind of low in the back so that they can access that part of your spine if you wanted to have an epidural. And it is so soft, and it's that fabric that is soft and kind of hangs a little bit, and it's heavier. It's just so versatile, and it does so much. So it's like 3/4 length sleeves, and she has a few different colors, but I just went with gray because it wouldn't show like if it got stuff on it, but I could still use it later possibly. So very excited about my labor gown. The last thing in my bag right now is my coming home outfit. This is pretty simple, but once I show you the baby's coming home outfit, you'll notice that we match. It's just a black t-shirt, like a Henley style t-shirt that buttons down, and black jogger pants. Just wanted to keep it really simple. I have long pants because I don't know where you live, but where I live in Alaska in May, you can probably get away with a short sleeve shirt, but I couldn't get away with shorts. I would be way too cold. So that's what's in my bag right now. It's fairly full, so my toiletries and snacks and things like that are going into a separate bag. But I did want to take out my toiletry bag and share with you guys what I have packed for toiletries. Recently, I had to go to the dentist. I think I was telling you guys in a couple of other videos that I had to have some minor dental work done, just a little filling. And while I was there, I said, hey, could you give me an extra toothbrush so that I can have just one for me and my husband to take to the hospital when I go into labor. So I have this toothbrush that's just packaged up, and I have another one for Brian that we're gonna pack with our belongings. They also gave me a little toothpaste and some of these Scope Glide flossers to pack with me. A razor, Am I gonna use this? Probably not. I'm not one of those people that has to shave every single day. That's just not my personality. I don't care that much. But I have it just in case. A pack of contacts, of course. Don't want to have to be worrying about my glasses. I will bring them just in case. I don't have them packed yet, but I'm gonna bring my glasses just in case. I just don't want to have to be worrying about them on top of like possibly having to have my mask on at certain times. I don't want to have to worry about that. So contacts are going to be way easier, and I wear daily so I can just toss them out when I'm done. Maybe some of you out there can relate to this, but I have different hair ties that I want for different moods and different situations. So I've packed a scrunchie, a regular old like sports hair tie, and then one of these like little ribbony elastic hair ties. I'm packing this little scrubby hairbrush. It folds up, has a little mirror. This is the Earth Mama Hair Needle Spray. I think I've talked about this before, maybe in my like 3rd trimester things that I'm planning to use, so I'm packing this along. This is kind of a more natural alternative to the Dermaplast that the hospital will give. Nothing wrong with it. I just would rather use something with a little less chemicals in it. I also have these little samples. So if you buy anything from like Motherhood Maternity or any of those sites, or if you use Baby List, which is what I used for my baby registry, they will likely send you some sort of like baby box or like a new mom kit, and it will have a ton of samples in it. And so I have used, instead of using those samples for my baby, which maybe that's dumb, I thought it was a genius idea to make them what I take in my hospital bag. So this is just an ointment by Tubby Todd, which is a pretty popular brand, I think. And then this is a lotion by Noodle and Boo. I just thought this would be easier than packing up my big bottle of lotion, and be a good way for me to use those little samples. And then if I liked them and wanted to use them for baby, I could buy them separately. I'm also packing this Young Living Cool Azul Sports Gel. This is really great for pain. It's kind of like Bengay or Icy Hot or something like that. Also packing, I know I packed that sample ointment, but I really love this rose ointment. That's also Young Living, and I use this a lot. So I packed this to use as well. I know lots of mothers use it when they're getting used to nursing, or it's really good as a chapstick. I mean, it's got tons of different uses. It's super awesome and super gentle. I'm also packing these Johnson & Johnson hand and face wipes. I got these as a shower gift, and I just thought they would be perfect to toss in my bag to go to the hospital with me. I've also been saving, not for labor, but I just keep them anyway, the little samples that you get at hotels. Remember hotels, remember traveling? That was great. But I have some of those saved. So this is a body wash, and then I have just this little like Paul Mitchell shampoo and conditioner that I've tossed in here. I use this deodorant brand called By Lee, and it comes in a cardboard tube, so it's more sustainable and recyclable. It's not in those single-use plastics. So I bought a fresh one to take to the hospital with me. This is lemon bergamot. This is a cleansing cream so I can wash my face. So that's kind of it for my toiletries. As a special treat to myself, I'm having my eyebrows and my lashes done. So I'm gonna wait and see how that all turns out, and then see if I need mascara or if I need stuff for my brows, because I do want to be able to have a little bit of makeup on. I know that's maybe silly to some of you, but I want to have a little bit of makeup on for pictures and things like that. So we're gonna see how my brow situation ends up and how my lashes end up looking. I'm sure they'll look great. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if I need to supplement that with mascara and with brow gel, then I'll pack that. I have also packed this set of Mama Natural affirmation cards, and these cards are filled with birth affirmations, and I'm all about affirmations and mantras, and it's not really Brian's thing, and that's totally fine. But I didn't want to force him into being like this affirmation guru during labor. So having these cards I think will be really helpful. A lot of these affirmations are affirmations that are also in the Mama Natural week by week pregnancy guide that I've been reading my entire pregnancy. And so I've gone through and picked out some of the ones that I like the most and put them closer to the top. And one of my favorite ones that I have read so far is this one, which says, "The intensity of birth can't be stronger than me because it is me." All of the cards are really beautiful. They have nice imagery on them. And then on the back, they have a little more information than just the mantra. Just some uplifting things, some things to say or to read to help you kind of get yourself in the moment and get yourself focused on birth. I love this one as well. Each contraction brings me closer to my baby. I was also able to download a lot of these on an audio, that are audio. I downloaded a spiritual mantra playlist and a secular mantra playlist. And I have those on my phone so that I can use those during labor as well. And that was a bonus perk that I got because I purchased the Mama Natural Birth course, as were these affirmation cards. So these were sent to me for free because I purchased the Mama Natural Birth class. We also are going to print several copies of our birth plan and then a few signs that say this is a quiet room or please enter calmly during birth or something like that. I haven't quite figured out the wording, but I'm going to work on those and make them really pretty to post on the door so that when people enter, they know they're entering into a calm atmosphere, and they'll help continue that throughout the room and not have someone like really boisterous come in and kind of disrupt the flow of labor. The last thing that I'm going to bring to the hospital, I don't know if I'll be leaving it in the car or bringing it in with me, and I don't have it yet, is a breast pump. So I'm in the process of getting that. It's kind of our insurance covers it, but it's kind of a long like shuffle back and forth of communication to get it. So once we get that in, then I'll pack that as well. And even though I may not use it in the hospital, I might not use it in the hospital, I still wanna have it so that the lactation consultant can walk me through how to use it so that when I get home, when I want to pump, I have that ability and I have the knowledge to be able to do that. This was a crazy long video. Thank you for hanging in here with me, even though this may have not always been super interesting to you, but I love watching these videos. Like I said, I watched several of these before I filmed this one and before I packed our bags, and I think they're really helpful, and it's good to see what people are packing and what they think they might need or what they thought of that maybe you didn't think of. And so that's why I made this video. I would love to do a follow-up, maybe a couple weeks after birth if I'm feeling able to do so. I could make a follow-up video and just say like, okay, this is what I actually used that I brought in my hospital bag, or these are things that I actually needed that I packed. So maybe I'll do a follow-up on that after baby is here. Like I said in the beginning, if you want to follow along with us on our journey to meet our little one, then you should definitely click subscribe and click the bell so that you can get notifications for when I post videos. You can also give this video a big ol' thumbs up. You can share it with a friend, and you can leave me a comment. I love comments. Let me know what you think I might be missing. Gosh, I hope I'm not missing anything. Let me know if there's something that I need to throw in last minute, or if there's something that you're like, hey, I didn't think of bringing this and I wish I had had it. Especially if you want more of a calm atmosphere in your birthing room and you're going for a low intervention birth like I am, just let me know some of the things that were helpful to you. I would love to hear that. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for our 37-week update.